Hi, we're back. So tonight we're going to be talking about clickbait. And now you know we've all heard clickbait for every part of the internet. What we're concentrating on is the demon, the most haunting, the scariest. Well, we can talk about YouTube. But
bitch.
Everyone we've clicked on, and there are hundreds.
Oh my God.
Nothing scary. Most of it's set up. Some of them are for movies. I would think you wouldn't do that because someone's going to come there and go, this is all crap. And then you're going to end up going, I'm sorry. This is our part 2. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I was an alcoholic. Or I was this, that, and the... Come on, enough. Stop doing that. Just put a kind of a real title on it and go for it.
So for those of you that are not aware of what clickbait is, clickbait is basically... I'm trying to think of the right way.
They will probably be able to teach you what it is. It's very common.
Well, clickbait is basically marketing, trying to get you to click on their video. Their video is the scariest because what happens is they get monetized. I mean, let's be honest. They're getting monetized. We're here because, quite honestly, we got so tired of seeing it that we decided we needed to speak to it ourselves. Because we're seasoned paranormal investigators. And we've been in some pretty scary situations. But that's not all. With the clickbait that they're doing, I have to put it this way. There really is no other way to put it. It is sometimes the stupidest, fucking irresponsible bullshit that they pull on these videos. I'm going to pick on Colin Brown for a minute because... more recently, he made a post about alcoholism, and brother, I'm not going to say anything about it because I had my problems with alcoholism too, and I know what addiction does. So I'm never going to judge anyone on that one. But what I am going to say is, I don't go running around advertising it because when you click on Colin's page, guess what you're doing? More than likely, you're giving it a like, which means he gets monetized. I know for myself, I was embarrassed way before even when I did legitimately pointing this finger at myself, and you were a witness to it, when I used to be a really seriously bad drunk at times.
You mean the OnlyFans ones? We're on the games.
Well, at least I made more money than you on the strip poles.
Yeah, I can't climb them.
Yeah, I know. Your hips. Anyways, my point is, I'm going to pick on Colin Brown for a second because he's done a lot of things that I've found extremely irresponsible. Jeff Brown, call me. Super cute. When he tells entities, and I'm going to say entities generically, you never, ever, ever tell it can touch you.
Correct.
That is like saying to a guy at the bar, oh, you can give me a cheap feel, and then the dirty bastard would never leave. And you don't even get breakfast in the morning.
You say it to a rapist. Say it to a serial killer. No.
Say it to that date that never leaves.
You never say it.
But here's the thing.
Or anything like that.
Here's the thing. There are people legitimately in this world that are trying to do investigations. And there are people legitimately in this world that have real problems that they didn't ask for. But when you've got people like the Browns, like the Mindseedtv people, hi Colton, you're inviting the problems. And you've got people who are going to subscribe to it without knowing the dangers involved with it. And I think I would be safe in saying that you and I are both in agreement that there are times we have not known what we were walking into. Which is why you never, ever tell entities to go ahead and touch me inappropriately or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
Because Jeff Brown, if you recall, because he made the comment about the world seeing his tidy whities, got scratched in one of the more recent history videos. I think it was. They were at an old plantation. You and I watched it, which that's a whole other topic I want to touch upon later because
Was that the beautiful house?
I don't know that was I think that was the same one where Omargosh was or Omar was claiming that I think he was trying to sell the fact that he was bigger than alleged, which I still think is false advertisement. But hey, what do I know? But my point is, and I just want to read to the audience, because I took some time, and I'm not going to punish everyone by reading every single thing, but I'm just going to go down the line. And Lynette, I want to get your opinion. Let me read some of these first, and then let's talk about it. One was, 7 scariest demon videos on the internet. Warning, horrifying. Well, if you've been to any RNC function lately, I'm sure it was far more horrifying. America's worst serial killer, the cannibal, Joe Metheny. And I just have to say, I recently watched that one.
I didn't.
Well, apparently it took place in Baltimore. And he was cooking up some of his victims.
He was different than Jeffrey Dahmer?
Supposedly. I still think no one has anything with Jeffrey Dahmer, quite honestly. But him and his cohort decide, and I'm seriously skeptical of the place they went and visited, even bringing a supposed, certified shirt that he died in prison. But the fact that afterwards Colin saying that he needed to stop, he wasn't feeling it because he did an Esty session. And anyone who's not familiar with an Esty session, that is when you are listening to a spirit box and your senses are blocked. So you're only listening to what's coming through the radio and you have a blindfold on. And the person asking the questions is away from you. So you have no idea what the question is. You're just saying what's coming through. That is an Esty session. He did that with his friend. I forget what the guy's name is. But incredibly stupid, because if you are saying it is as haunted as you're saying, you never once protected yourself.
Exactly.
It's like hooking up with that trick late at night and you don't have a rubber, and you're going to be paying for it the rest of your life, potentially. So let's go on.
That's for men and women. PSA for men and women.
An intense paranormal investigation at the most haunted place in East Texas. I've been to Texas multiple times, and I can tell you I've seen more haunted, especially some of the bathhouses down there. Just saying. Demon caught on camera.
God,
Hill House.
They love the camera. Demons.
Honey, it gets better. It gets way better. Hold on. Demon caught on camera at the horror hotel. I didn't. God damn, demons get around.
They need their 15 minutes of fame too, you know.
Demon caught on camera. Jesus Christ, Colin. Seriously? You got to have a talent that the rest of us don't have, because you've got more demons than I do ex-boyfriends. Seriously?
That's a lot.
Jealous bitch?
No.
Except for when you used to sit there and go, excuse me, rent is due. You didn't tell me they were coming over because I would have started charging.
That wasn't jealous. That was wanting money.
Demon caught on camera at the Devil's Forest. I'm assuming that was the Bridgewater Triangle in the park outside of
Fall River?
Fall River, yeah.
We're going to go down there.
Yes.
When it gets warmer.
That should be a hop, skip, and a jump for us. Let's continue. Disturbing demonic activity caught on camera. Watch with caution.
I wonder what they're doing.
There are some things in this world I just don't want to know. like your sex life. I don't want to know about it.
You don't have to know about it.
Because it ain't happening. You want to see most scary? Look here.
Well,
In this
not really
video,
fair, but okay.
In this video, a ghost tried to kill us. Terrifying paranormal activity caught on camera.
It's so generic. It's so much like a something you'd read off of Shudder. Stop.
The serial killer desert. Our night in hell at the serial killer desert.
What?
Don't visit. Okay, so I gotta say something about this. If you're saying this and you're telling your viewers don't visit, that to me is the equivalent of saying, "Oh, go ahead, yeah, do it." Now here is the other problem. I go back to irresponsibility. When you pull these stunts out there, and you and I have watched some of these videos, and they are stunts.
Yeah.
Someone's going to get hurt.
Right.
Whether it be truly paranormal,
right,
or it's not paranormal, but someone's going to get hurt, especially in a desert. Someone could trip, fall. Guess what? They may not have
even in their mind. They think,
right.
You know.
They could get bitten by a snake.
So whose fault is it?
Right.
I'm going to say it's the person that lured them out there, because you may not see it when you're writing the title, but that's luring people.
So we get some more. I would just say go to his YouTube page, take a look, and Lynette and I would invite Colin if you have an issue with what we're saying. We're going to leave our email address down below, and you're more than welcome to go ahead and comment. But as two seasoned investigators who've actually investigated and done what ethically is supposed to be done, this isn't a game. This is just clickbait, and we know it. So we're trying to tell people, because when the clickbait happens, that's when people get hurt.
Also, that's when people don't believe. You can't really even have a conversation because, oh, yeah, right, I saw that on YouTube.
Here's another one. The most haunted house in New England. Scary paranormal investigation. Well, Colin, I hate to tell you, we're sitting in Haverhill, Massachusetts right now. And we're both I'm from New Hampshire. Lynette's from originally Somerville, Mass. Lived in Plainville, Mass. So we can tell you what you're purporting to be the most scariest is not, because we actually know places that are way worse that we won't even go to, because we know what we're up against, especially out in Rollinsford. I won't go back into that. You could pay me $1 million. I won't go in there because I know it won't be a good time. It won't be a good experience. If anything, I'm going to be in deep shit if I go there, because I know what's there and it's been waiting. And quite honestly, I'm not so keen to want to go back and deal with it, because it came to the house one night before I went back for the second time, if you recall. Demon caught on... Holy shit, here we go. More demons. Demon caught on camera. The devil's for... Oh, yeah, I remember that one. I'm just going to read a couple more. The Iron Island Demon.
Does he do clothes?
I don't know. Again, go to Colin's page. Take a look for yourself. But this is just our opinion. Right. So we're not done. I took the liberty last night of going through 3 of the channels I've watched with Lynette in past. And the next one, Mindseedtv. You know, if it wasn't for watching Casey and Colton running around their undies, I would have given up on them ages ago. Colton, call me. But the sad thing would be if there was real false advertisement involved, because I would really be pissed off. And I've kicked many a guy out of my hotel.
All right. Get back to the story.
Really? Come on. You saw that one video, whatever.
Let's go.
Would you let me finish? Come on. You need to tell me that wouldn't be clickbait. Bad combination. Well, that already says it right there. Ghost in the cellar. Very scary.
Okay, why is it always the cellar?
Hey, some of my best times have been in the cellar.
Yeah, but not deadly. But not because of the dead, I should say.
I don't know. The guy was kind of dead. Although I have to say, funeral home directors are far more livelier, I found out.
Here we go.
What's this one? Chained to wall and haunted.
Ooh.
If it wasn't in a threesome, I gotta say, incredibly fucking stupid. That's all I gotta say.
When it does come to the paranormal, if you're messing around like that, like on a serious note, that is very dangerous. Maybe there's nothing there. Well, maybe there is. Don't fuck around.
Now, I don't think you saw this video. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it was an old rundown plantation. There were holes in the floor, on the main floor as it was. Casey went and chained himself in the basement. Colton, supposedly they were in radio contact, went back to the hotel, which was a few miles away, and left Casey there. Casey wanted to stay there. So I'm going to educate Casey for a minute on this. One simple rule that you never, ever, ever overlook, dismiss, or become flagrantly disregardful of. And that is you never investigate alone. You always go with a buddy because, and it's not because of paranormal circumstances, it has to do with real world circumstances. For example, if you fall and you break a leg or an arm, what if you are someone who has medical issues, but you still go about your day?
What if there are homeless people or drug addicts?
What I was going to say is people who have seizures, but you don't know, and that's right. Again, another reason why you do not investigate alone. You always go with a buddy, because if something happens, you want that person there.
Yeah, that's, running into real world people and they don't expect you there. Yeah, you might end up body count there.
And here's the thing.
And it's stupid.
What I think our audience needs to, and I'm sure they already know this, but I feel like I kind of have to say this because I have to remind the YouTube creators out there of this, and I shouldn't have to, but there are rules of engagement to an investigation from beginning to end, and there's a reason there are rules, but they are understood and very commonsensically so. And going by yourself, chaining yourself up to a wall, unless it's a dungeon or a bathhouse, you do not do it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, was somebody taking the video?
Supposedly, it was his camera.
And it didn't look like somebody else was kind of following him?
Because
that also happens.
Not that I recall. Well, yeah, but I'm just focusing on the dangers of if that was truly the case.
Yeah.
And again, you raise a good point. I'm not going to deny it. It's still reckless, I think was the word I'm looking for. Because somebody who sees people like Colin and Casey and Colton, or even Tanner McBride, when Tanner used to be with the group, they were taking some serious risks. Hi, Tanner. And people who see this, who've never done an investigation in their life, are going to probably say, oh, I can do it too. And that's where you run into problems. There was one video in particular that they did. I don't know how true it is, and I would invite Tanner McBride to please respond if he ever winds up seeing this, because I would love to ask him the question. But supposedly Tanner, and they had it on video, and Colton was right near Casey where Tanner fell over and was dragged out of nowhere across the floor. Scared the shit out of him. He was so shaken up. I don't know if it's true or not, but here's the thing. At least there were two people there. If he was by himself, that probably could have gone a lot worse. Mm-hmm. Because if it was true We also know about entrapment. And for those that are not aware of entrapment, people who leave themselves open or progressively leave themselves open, who get terrified by an entity, can actually be taken over by that entity. It's not something you hear a lot about, but it's called progressive entrapment. And in some cases, there is immediate entrapment. But those are the very severe circumstances. Typically, it takes a little bit of time. But that if what happened to Tanner in that specific case was true, watch out, because that could have been an attachment right there that could have gotten worse. And I have a suspicion, and it never came out, because Tanner supposedly it was his personal life, he couldn't accommodate it. I have a feeling, because they did a video, Casey and Tanner, at Tanner's house. I don't know how true it was, but I guess something followed Tanner, from what I'm understanding. So it harkens back to what I said about that is why you always investigate with someone, because you never know what's going to happen.
Well, let me ask you a question. So on those videos, did it explain that?
Nope.
Then those videos should not have even been on the internet.
But
if you're not going to do the right thing by them, whether they're fake or not,
right.
I'm sorry, you don't put them on there. There's too many people that will go do it.
Exactly. And there's no disclaimer that even discusses any of it. To me, it's grifting. It's grifting and it's clickbait. Or it's thrill-seeking. It's one of the three. I'm sorry. It's just one of the three. Anyways, I digress. Children's spirits make very creepy sounds. Look. Children on average make creepy sounds.
By the way, the thing on children are just creepy. Period.
And she has a child of her own. Would you believe that? And the state let her keep it.
He's 30.
Here we go again. Demon provokes ghost hunters. WTF, scary paranormal.
I have another thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
Demons. I'm sick and tired of y'all saying demons.
You
have no idea what, if anything, is going on.
Darling, I got another one then. Demonic illusion, scariest video ever. Paranormal activity. Here's another one. I can't do it. This is getting bad. Demons of the cornfield. Horrifying paranormal.
Those are children of the corn. They got it wrong. Children of the corn are a different type.
Oh my God. I had to stop at one point because I literally was spending some time. But this is bad. I'm sorry. Extremely haunted and abandoned factory. Terrifying paranormal footage. Okay, so if everything is terrifying or extremely scary.
How do we even walk?
Right?
As humans. How do we go into any building? Oh, brother.
Extremely scary. Evil spirit impersonates girl. Family tormented by poltergeist. Okay, so I have to say, at least the foreman's trying to do a blessing. Because I think if this is the video I'm thinking of, Lynette, they went investigate, but they didn't really do anything.
They also switched names from poltergeist to demon to poltergeist. So, I mean, again, we don't know really what's out there. But the fact is they are two different, as far as we know as humans, two different sort of entities. Get it right.
I'm just going to do one more because I really don't have the patience for this at this point because it's over the top. Haunted house shakes violently after Ouija board. Powerful entity.
Okay, leave the Ouija board alone if you don't know how to use it.
Well, hell, give me a couple of guys and I could shake the house down later that night. Your point? I mean, first off, we don't know if it was structural, okay? We don't know if there was a tremor in the area, and I don't mean from someone getting excited. We don't know.
So something is called group hypnosis.
Yes, group
hypnosis. You do not think you are actually under hypnosis. This does happen a lot when
Yeah.
there's a group and there's a murder or
Groupthink is what it's also
stabbing.
referred to.
It is become it's group hypnosis.
Right.
So
That's
if
how
you're
cults start.
all around the Ouija board and you're all getting scared and maybe the lights are out,
Yep.
and you're having all these thoughts. You remember all these clickbait, titles, and I bet you this is going to be the scariest one. And, it shakes because somebody shook and you think it's the whole house. Probably no. Probably BS.
But also, one of the things that investigators have to take into account now is fracking. That is another thing that you have to take into account. Now, I can tell you, they are not doing any kind of pre-investigative research or even the checklists. And we'll cover the do's and don'ts. We alluded to it in another video we just did. But you can't go into these blindly. You really, really have to know what you're walking into. The only person that should not know, and I think we both agree on this one, is if you have a resident medium. The medium should never know what's going on. Period. That's the only person that should ever not be aware of what they're walking into. I mean, be honest on that one.
Yeah, I think to me, it's almost like a test to the medium or to whomever is saying they are a medium.
There's a investigation I'm thinking of. As soon as I got out of the car, it was right from the word go.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in the Cushman. And that place, the Mindseed boys, the Browns, you weren't there. Dave knows it, but and Omargosh and the Foremans would be running out of that house real quickly because that place was so friggin' haunted. That was the house that we had it on Spirit Box where I got told to go fuck myself.
Yeah, but you really didn't have to go do it. You were on a case.
Lover. So, Omar from Omargosh, you are the last one, and you, my friend, are at the end of the list because you weren't as bad, but you had some buttes. So, a house so haunted, owner jumped out of window. Well, I saw the house. If I admitted to the fact that I owned it, I'd be jumping out of that fucking window too. That's all I have to say. A real-life exorcist house. Alone Paranormal Edition. Again, a solo investigation.
Well, if something is there and you get attacked, who can you blame but yourself?
Okay, this is one of the ones that always irks you. Banned video. If it's banned, then why is it unlocked?
Exactly. Thank
Angel appears while man does the unthinkable.
you. I don't know what that is.
Omar, I don't even want to know. That's all I gotta say. Much like you making that profession about, well, your size was actually a lot bigger and there's never any complaints. Unless you're willing to prove it, I don't want to know about it. That's all I gotta say. There's only two others because his wasn't as bad. I gotta say, I gotta give him credit for that one. His wasn't that bad. Although we gotta find that house because that wallpaper was gorgeous.
Yeah. So were the
well, the
floors
woodwork.
at something.
Oh my God! While they're screaming like little girls, they're like, "Ah!" I love this wallpaper.
Yeah.
It was the house with the two sisters. They saved the house from being destroyed.
Mm.
Okay, Omar, please don't keep doing these videos. Tupac's ghost speaks to us after new details come from. As we come from crime scene. I have nothing to say about that one.
That's ridiculous.
That's like saying Michael Jackson speaks from the grave. Thriller all over again. Which opened a terrifying portal to hell. Do you want to feel that one, darling?
Well, I mean, again, we're putting in words we don't know anything about. We're in a society where racism and prejudice is rearing its ugly head like never before. Nobody ever thinks about the word witch. That is also a prejudice. It's stupid. So, don't just put words in there that you have no idea what they mean, nor do you really even understand everything. And can't you? No, it's just dumb, Oliver. It's dumb. Don't follow it, please.
Well, it does something else too, and
it gives witches, which really is a spirituality, a bad name.
Well, yes, I'm not going to disagree with that, but with all the mentions of demon, demonic, blah blah blah. First off, I don't know how many demons there are in the 7 levels of hell, but especially when it says, Satan on camera or whatever, and those are the ones I didn't even touch. I want to know if Satan is borrowing Santa Claus's fucking sled, because I want to know how they're winding up on all these different houses all at once. I mean, are they off-season elves for Santa Claus? I don't know. Anyways, as always, we invite you to go look for yourself. The reason why I'm saying the demon bit is because I have a very basic philosophy. I don't believe in angels. I don't believe in demons. I do, however, believe in a positive energy and a negative energy in the universe. And I believe that there is energy that never formed. It's raw energy. That if you say it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, guess what? It's a duck. And by making these claims and assumptions, you are actually doing more harm than good, because 1, you lose your objectivity. 2, the way by which you're going to view it, meaning which set of lenses you look at it from, is skewed and potentially could do more harm than good.
Correct.
So on that note, if you like what we do, please give us a like and click the link below.
Also suggestions.
Yes. And if you have any paranormal activity, we're going to leave our email address below. As always, all of our cases, unless otherwise stipulated by our clients, is confidential. Please feel free to email us, and we'll try to reach out and see if there's anything we can do. On that note, thank you for watching. And again, as always, remember, my little cherubs, it's not trashy, it's classy. We love you all, and be sure to come back soon.
Good night.
Nighty-night, and sleep tight.